Hello, everyone. This is Brigitte and Brigitte from the Source Centre here, and Juliet, Yelverton from Healing Water Sanctuary, and we're here today to spend some time with you. And
yes, definitely to spend time with you. So we'll wait. We're waiting for you. So
yes, we're waiting for you to arrive. So this is a very informal but deep sharing and exploration that we're going to have today. And I just noticed, Brigitte, how much the light. Here's Jack. Ah,
hello, Jack.
that's a lovely wish for you.
Oh gosh. Thank you for the great birthday. Full of tenderness and joy. Yes, I do receive that. I don't know. It's been pouring with rain. My wrist is really in pain because it doesn't like my body doesn't like the damp. But it's been beautiful to feel the love from so many people worldwide. That's wonderful. Yeah, that's wonderful.
So have you had lots of people contacting you today, Brigitte?
Yes, it's interesting how some people, it was everyone at the same time exactly. So one was cutting the other one out.
Oh, really?
Yes. As I was answering one, the other was coming on, cutting the other one, telling me happy birthday.
You had kind of a really busy day. It's a good job you didn't go to the seaside then.
No, but yesterday I did go around the lake, so I thought, well, the thing is, you have to remember, it's a 2 hours drive. So if I'd driven, I would still be driving back now in the dark.
So that was what you were going to do to celebrate, was to go to the Lake San Ferial, which is in the, is that in the Ariège or not the Ariège?
It's in the Black Mountain, La Montagne Noire. And I was thinking of swimming, but considering it was bucketing down and I don't have my equipment. I mean, by equipment, I mean my rainproof jacket. It stayed by the ocean because we couldn't go back. We didn't come back with the same truck. So the truck.
Okay, so you would have gone swimming in the cold lake.
Yes, I've got a feeling either the cold lake or the ocean, which is what I tend to do on my birthday celebration. Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember Sue's mum, who was in her 80s, and she would always swim in the cold sea, in the cold North Sea. And when she died, it was really beautiful because Sue arranged for her body to be laid out in the living room of the house where she lived, and all her family, she was there for a week, laid out with, beautiful sari on and surrounded with flowers and candles. And all her family came and paid homage to her. It was really beautiful. And she had 5 children, so Sue is one of 5 children. And one of the brothers came, and they were all telling stories about their mum, who was a lovely friend of mine as well. And one of the sons said, I remember Mum swimming in the cold, cold sea in North Wales for about half an hour in the sea in wintertime. And then she came out on the beach and she's there in her swimsuit. And then she starts to do Tai Chi on the beach and she's in her 80s. And then she turned to her son afterwards, and she's Swedish. And she said, oh, this coldness, it is just in your mind.
I love that, because in a way it's such a rejuvenating process.
Invigorating, yes.
Very invigorating. What it does, the body goes into a bit of a shock. So whatever has been dormant in your body, it just goes right to the top of the body and just goes. So it's a real cleansing process. Oh, thank you, John. Joyeux anniversaire. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Merci, John. Merci, John.
John is a linguist. It's wonderful.
I love that. C'est beau, ça. And it's lovely to have 2 men, because I was thinking today, my friends invited me over there, but I didn't manage it. Tomorrow I'm cooking for a family because Vanessa is going on acupuncture training for 4 days. So she had nobody, so I stepped in. So I'll be doing the grandmother and the cooking. And
so you're very busy. Very busy.
Yes.
So Elias is here. Saying
Hello,
hello.
Elias.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
So we're just talking about swimming, cold swimming in the wintertime, and Brigitte was saying how much she loves swimming in the sea. Actually, I'm a little bit of a coward. I did go to the seaside on the weekend, Charmouth Bay, and I made a lovely video. And I did paddle in the waves, which was beautiful. And 3 women turned up and all went swimming. And
hello, Julie.
that's lovely. Lots of people are going to say happy birthday to you now, Brigitte. So all the women went swimming, and I thought I must work myself up into being able to go swimming. But even in France, in the height of summer, in the river, in the Bior, the beautiful river where my house is there, I still feel like really, it's a bit cold. So you live near Charmouth. So the thought of going into the sea in wintertime is a bit daunting, but I've been on a real health initiative these last few weeks, and I have been having cold showers every morning as a way of actually stimulating my immune system, and I'm building up. I was talking yesterday to a friend who goes regularly to Lyme Regis and Charmouth to swim in the sea in winter, so I have said take me with you next time, so I'll see if I can get the courage. So I don't know if anyone here would like also to join me in a challenge. I don't know if I want to set myself a challenge, but
well, I have my daughter-in-law. She does it with a group of women on South Sea, and my son swims morning and evening before teaching and after teaching, all the year round.
He does that still. Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, all the year round. But we used to do it in the mountains too. Hello, Abigail. Hello, gorgeous. Lovely to see you. Well, Elias, after talking to you, I hope you're not feeling as if everything is impossible anymore.
Hi, Abigail.
So lovely. There we are, the beautiful tribe. And today, I think Juliet put something which was to, how are you doing? How are you faring? And what's going on around you? What is it activating in you regarding, like, maybe changes that have been long overdue? Does that speak to you, any of you?
Do you mean changes in yourself or changes in the outer reality, Brigitte?
Well, they're both connected. So what we're seeing is a tremendous amount of it's interesting, just as you're saying that, what comes up is when, as a child, I was asking my mother, where are you going, Mama, for the next week? You're disappearing. She would say, oh, I'm going to the cabane. I'm going to the cabane bamboo. I'm going to the cabane bamboo. You. And I would say in French, mais c'est où, Maman? Where is that? You know, that feeling the child needs to know
Where
and see on the map. And will you be far? You know, that sort of attachment bond. And she would never answer.
Oh, that was really hard for you.
So my feeling is, as you're saying that, the longing to have not the lies being told to us, like John was shaken by mandatory vaccinations. Yes, we think it is a signal for the revolution. Definitely, John. The Austrians are marching in the streets, so are the police. Everyone is united. Can you imagine? I was just thinking, in so many relationships and couples, one of them has taken the vax, the experimentation, to hold the job, and the other one said, no, I don't want to do that. So if we put the ones that have not been vaxxed into concentration, well, in brackets, camps, but we are going to have the wife, the husband, and who is going to look after the children? I mean, this is just totally incoherent.
Well, it's completely incoherent. So Debbie here is saying, hang on, good day, wise angels. I loved watching videos. You're so sweet, Debbie. That's really beautiful. And you both posted in the week. They radiate serenely, which I need as it's busy here and Christmas is close. I remember childhood Christmases being magical. Yeah.
Yes, that's huge, isn't it? So we're meeting a huge amount of not getting answers, but we are no longer children. So my question is, how can we allow unfolding around us and still go back deeper to that authenticity? What is my truth? How do we feel about that? And what is Christmas really about? Okay. What is the energy of Christ, that rebirthing? What's that energy holding for each one of you? I'm sorry about that beam of light. I went and bought a light.
No, it looks like you're blessed by the divine, Brigitte. The light of God is shining on you in this moment. It's really wonderful.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to go to Toulouse, and so many shops you've got to have this and that. But now I'm just marching in the shops without any nappy on my face. I don't want any of that.
You're very courageous. So Debbie said she returned to the UK before the COVID. We lived in different countries for 25 years. The last country was Singapore.
Wow.
From what I read, we made a lucky escape because you can do very little unless you're vaccinated. One of our Singaporean friends posted this from December only. Oh my God, only when you're fully whatever, you're allowed into the library.
Well, it's time everything collapsed, which means we need to say, that's it. Leave your job. Just leave your job. Stop working. That's what the army is in for me in Canada. And I feel this is wonderful. So if everybody says, that's it, we're not going to work anymore, everything is going to collapse. But what you need to do is start creating triangles of support. I've started here. There is about 20 of us now. We started 3 days ago. And there are the referees and the collaborators. But what it's about in writing down, meeting with a group and then writing, what are your skills? What do you know what to do? Have you got a chainsaw? Have you got a donkey? Have you got to filter water? What have you got? Okay. And then writing it all down. And then when people are going to need a plaster, this or that or the other, we're going to have doctors. We've already got a doctor and a nurse on our team. And it's only a 20 people team, but we haven't yet had the time to invite more people because they need to build. Yeah, it is about building and building a radio station.
Building an alternative way of being, an alternative economy. We have to step out of the matrix. Because as long as we're afraid of losing our livelihood, or they've got us over we're hooked in that we have to do this to comply, that we will never win. We talked before about the nature of appeasement, that we're never going to win anything as long as we get hooked into all the time and have to, we go along with this.
I'm sorry, Abigail, I don't understand. You've written Abigail Yelverton and under you've put at Julie Sullivan. I know a Julie Sullivan.
Oh no, that's it's an internet thing, Brigitte. You put it's a tag. It's a tag.
Right.
So when you search that, it will take you to Julie Sullivan.
Okay.
When you put the @ sign in front of things.
Okay. And Julie, you are here. Gratefully, I've found everything else pales in comparison. I feel held. Oh, thank you, Julie. And thank you to Lizzie, John. Merci à Lizzie for the happy birthday. Oh, we really received because I chose not to go and prepare lunch with friends because I do that once a week anyway. So, yeah. So this is my tribe. Happy birthday to Mabi. Thank you. Oh, so yes,
Well,
how as children we were not told truth, as if we couldn't take truth. And what I'm inviting today with Juliet is, can we take our truth? Each one of us, we carry amazing keys of wisdoms, and whatever age we are on this planet Earth, we have journeyed for thousands and thousands of years. So can we just move away from, yes, the pandemic, whatever they're rolling out, which is totally
the
incoherent.
false matrix, yes.
Yeah, it is a false matrix, inverted matrix that has been hijacked from other dimensions. And I won't go in that tonight because it's another huge topic. And that is not the theme of this platform. But what it matters to understand is there are other, within the cosmos, there are other beings. We're not alone. And this planet has been really coveted. It's a little bit like jealousy, but it's more evil than jealousy. Jealousy, we can work at it. Another nurse here. Oh, lovely, Julie. So if you have jealousy in a relationship because one person might be more fiery or more active and the other one is quiet, those two energies are needed to make a beautiful relationship because they balance each other. But what happens is when some other dimension comes in and covets this planet and humanity, because humanity has that capacity through the heart to we are vortex of energy through our heart. That's quite something, isn't it?
Yes,
Which means we are amazing beings, but we don't know it. We've forgotten. But that forgetting was applied on us, okay? But if we remember, and when we remember, we can journey through the cosmos, and we are not going to die. We can live 10,000s, 15,000s of years. But that is why they want this planet and us. So I don't know if it's Saturn that's jealous of God, because Saturn handed over. He has bowed down in the other dimension. That I do know. I have that confirmation. He has handed over. So what we're seeing here, the rolling out in this dimension, it's a bit like an illness. Before the illness goes into the body, it goes into all the other 7 layers. And the physical matrix is the last one. So because Satan had not bowed down to the divine source, what happened, there was a copy glue. You copy and you paste, you copy and you paste. But the issue here is most people believe this is reality. You wake up, you go to work, or you're born and you already have a tag and you already have vaccinations. That is not where we come from. So, well, how about making him not the prince of this world, John? Eh? Let's not make him the prince of this world. There are dark lords who have ruled over. I think I shared that over Hitler. Hitler had 3 dark lords ruling over him. But at first, he had delved in white magic. So instead of me saying, oh, Satan is the prince of this world, no, I don't give him power to be the prince of this world. I am the princess of this world, John. Oh, we're going to drive him out. He's already been driven out of my world, John. He has no room in my world or my space.
No.
Nor have the discarnate entities or demons. Nothing has space. But this is a statement we have to make.
I think this is really important. It's like, where do you draw the line? Where do you choose not to collude with evil? And for me, anything to go along in any shape or form with something that is not completely in alignment with my truth is evil, is going with evil, is giving my power away. So that's what I choose. I don't go along with all the mandates and all the things that's been rolled out on us. I don't even want anyone around me that's talking about those things, that's going along with it. I don't want it kind of corrupting my reality in any way. So it's about standing in your truth. So fortunately, I've been on this path for a long time, so I don't feel like I can be compromised. So many of us can be compromised because we're relying upon the matrix for a job or for healthcare or for connection or something or other. But because I've forged my own path for years and years and years, I've always taken care of my own health and my own food. Not to say that I never buy anything from a shop, but I could manage very well without, going to shops very infrequently. And that's what we can do. It's like we can all choose not to go along with it, not to collude with it, and to create an entirely different reality. And I think that's what's predicted with, what's going on in the astrology, that Pam Gregory has been talking about this, and what's the other lady?
Braca.
Baraka, yes.
Yeah.
They've been given predictions for what's coming in the spring and how things are changing.
Yes. Now, what's interesting, as you were sharing about the shops, I'm just starting to track which shop is completely compromised with, let's call it the false matrix. Not to name them, not to give them any power. Hello, Jack. With you all the way there, Juliet. I don't go along with any of it. No, nor do I. I vote for Princess Brigitte. I don't think there is any princess or queen at all.
You're a Princess Brigitte. You're a lovely
okay, darling, if you say so. But I've started tracking which shops are colluding and going really absolutely bound, hands bound, as if they're in chain, enslaved. So little by little, I'm starting to track who is who as I go into shops. And it's fascinating. I go without mask. I walk in now. Absolutely no fear. I do my shopping and walk out. And there isn't, nobody says anything, because you have to absolutely embody that.
Yeah, I think as soon as you give them a hook to hook into, then you're caught.
Yeah. And another thing, if they say, "Oh, madam, your mask," I say, "Would you please show me your legal paper? Please. Giving you the right to ask me why am I not wearing my mask? Are you medically qualified to ask me that? And where is your legal paper to prove that you have the right to ask that?" And that usually destabilizes their ground. And if they will still push it, I look at them and said, "Thank you so much. You've given me the information I was requiring. And from now on, I will not shop in your shop ever again. Not only I won't, but I will tell other people." So what you're doing, in fact, you're collapsing that field with that shop. Okay. So it's how to stay fully conscious. So yeah. Juliet, husband Gray, and I have never worn a mask. Wonderful, Debbie. Never ever. Not had any of these. In the beginning, the police questioned us about not wearing a mask as we were walking out of the garage. Yes, they would do, Debbie. Oh, Jack, I don't know if we are the two favorite princesses.
Well, we're Jack's favorite princesses. That's the thing, Brigitte. I think you have to realize that.
Yeah, well, I really hope you're feeling better, Jack. Yes. I was just going to say boycott Sainsbury. That's perfect. Yeah. So that's one of them. I have boycotted 3 shops already, but that's okay. I find other shops which are perfectly fine.
And I think we can stand outside with boards. I think we're really organising here in Glastonbury all sorts of campaigns, challenging all sorts of establishments. And one thing is, like, since this is coming, maybe it's not coming, maybe it'll be stopped in its tracks. But you know what's happened in Austria and Australia and so on is like already. I've put up at Healing Waters that we don't discriminate whether you've been injected or not injected, because they're attempting just to divide us. And like giving out the signs, I plan to go around Glastonbury and we give out the signs, like asking people to put them on their doors to say they don't discriminate, because discrimination is illegal. You can't say, oh, you can't come in here because you're, I mean, they used to say in Glastonbury, oh, you can't come in because you're a hippie. No hippies welcome here. But I mean, we've got all these equal opportunity laws. You can't discriminate because somebody's disabled or they're a different ethnicity or a different religious group. So it's not legal to discriminate if you've been made a particular health choice or not health choice.
So, and that's another point, because it is illegal. So if you are discriminated and prevented from entering, you can say, are you aware that this is illegal? And I can sue you for 15,000 euros. That's a wonderful feeling, isn't it? But I won't do it because you are doing it out of fear.
Yeah.
So that's special not to step into that either. There's so many little rabbit holes on the way, and you have to watch not to get hooked into any of them or drop into any of them. Does that make sense, Juliet?
Absolutely. It's about being really, really present and mindful to yourself the whole time to what's going on.
And mindful of others, because I'm meeting more and more people who have major issues, even children. Of a couple, one is vaccinated, one is not. And when the one that's vaccinated bathes the little one of the little one comes out in huge rashes.
Oh my goodness.
So we're going to start seeing, how to deal with our children. The next generation are starting to have headaches and tummy aches and rashes. And the doctor is saying, oh, this is a very rare illness, when in fact it is not. It is just a reaction. So I was telling that little girl, when she was telling me, she was holding my hand. She's the little one I'm going to look after tomorrow evening. She was holding my hand. And she said, and what is a reaction, Mabi? I said, well, let me hold your hand. And she holds my hand. And I said, how does my hand feel? And she said, it feels good. And then I kissed. And I said, how does that feel? She said, it's good. Okay, but if I pull away very sharply, you may have a reaction because I have not prepared you. So what your body is doing is just throwing all these little spots, and it's just throwing something that it doesn't like. So it's like if you put vinegar on your tongue might become red. That is a reaction. So I was teaching her a little bit in ways that she could understand.
That's beautiful.
Well, it's simple, little Brigitte, I'm doing my best. There's been a lot of mental health issues that's going on unheard. Yes, definitely, Abigail. Yeah.
Yes.
Jack, no blacks, no Irish. How is this different? No. But that is what they have been rolling out for thousands of years, to divide us, because when we are united, they fall. And this is where we are going, united.
Yeah, I'd love to. There's been a tremendous upsurge since they've been trying to really crush humanity. There's been a tremendous upsurge around the world, and I'd love to share this this little video. I don't know if that's okay. It's very stirring.
Oh dear.
I don't have to. I can put it as a link under. Well, no, I'm not sure if I can put it as a link, but it's on my Telegram channel. So underneath this.
Is that the Australian march?
Yes.
Yes. Well, that's okay. But before you put that, what I want to say, each country in the past wars had a role to play. When Hitler invaded so many countries, not just Hitler. I mean, wars have been going on and rolling out for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, for territory, all sorts of different reasons. But right now, my feeling on the world chess game, the world of checker, each country is being reminded of how they were on that stage. So where was Austria in the last war? Where was England? Where was France? Where was any country?
Well, it's not all apparent, is it? It's like we think it was in a certain way, but there's all sorts of things that happened that weren't really disclosed to the public any more than it's been disclosed.
Austria stayed neutral. I've got a feeling Switzerland stayed neutral, but in fact, Switzerland.
Austria was invaded, wasn't it? That was the whole thing that happened with Germany invading us, annexing.
Yes. So Austria was invaded later on, but Switzerland was staying neutral. Yeah. So I agree, John. While not wanting to discriminate against the vaxxed, I think physical contact with them may well be inadvisable. What do you think? Well, that's a huge one.
Well, there's lots of doctors that talk about the spike proteins and the shedding, and that it will cause problems.
Yeah, well, I've got problems right now in my wrist, which I've never ever had in my life from hugging people. And
I think you've been doing too much hugging, Brigitte.
No, I haven't done too much hugging. I wish I did more hugging.
Oh, I think I've done too much hugging. But
to go back to John, because I really want to address what you're saying.
I don't believe in avoiding anyone. It's like St. Francis. The whole story of St. Francis is how he went and nursed the lepers. So if you start having a fear around anything, then you're kind of inviting it in. And it's like if you're faced with a human being and there's a connection and you want to remain in your heart, then you don't go along with, oh, I might pick up a spike protein, or I might get.
But if you're doing that, then you will bring it to you, John. So how to keep your frequency and resonance high? Now, I want to share something. I'm going to have my grandson and his lovely young future wife who are visiting next week. And I've got a feeling they both had the vax. But I've already hugged so many people. Why? Because when you are living life from a soul level as a woman, there is no exclusion. If she gives birth to a baby who is handicapped, she will not reject it if she's really in her heart. She will be with that child the whole way. There is no exclusion. So that's the next 2,000 years, is how to be in that feminine power of valuing all life. I'm not just talking about human life. I'm talking about every life. Every life on earth is sacred. So if I'm going to start discriminating, then I'm going to chuck out, I think, 3/4 of humanity. And it will feel like I have thrown the baby with the bathwater. Because what is being requested of us right now, us light workers, and beautiful beings, is to shift our frequencies. And by doing that, yes, there are going to be new technologies we're going to roll out within the next year or 2 years. We're going to release all that toxicity. But right now, we can enable people by handing them leaflets with very basics and simple recipes. Today, I met 3 people and I said, oh, you could meet this person has got that and that's the wave energy, and it can clear you of the vaccines which you took because you thought they were mandatory. Okay, so in a way, when people are opening a little crack, you can start sharing that. But personally, John, I would not exclude, because then I'm going to play in the hands of the fake matrix, and I'm going to go on keeping it alive.
I think the important thing is to really take care of your health. And So many people have given their power away to the medical establishment and go to the doctors because they've got a cold or something or other. But if you are taking care of your health right from the beginning, there's so many things that you can do, that you can be really strong and fit and healthy, like having enough exercise, making sure your water is good quality and clean, not eating foods that are full of toxicity, taking supplements, getting enough sleep, detoxing. There's so many natural ways of taking care of the body,
Yes.
like castor oil packs to the liver, enemas, saunas, infrared saunas, all these.
And you can take that Roots, which Juliet spoke last week, the Roots platform. And if you live in England or in America, I mean, Juliet, you got yours in 3 days. It's called Clean Slate, and it really cleans a lot. But castor oil is very cheap. And Abigail has been sharing, if we could just see what she shared. John, she goes to a knitting group. They had the poison. I have not.
Oh.
And when she comes home, she showers. That's a very important thing, to shower and to change clothes. The next
You've frozen, Brigitte. Yeah, I think it's that Brigitte's saying it's like keeping a
2 days I have headache and sore throat or stomach. Okay, it sounds good.
Yeah. There is a lot of illness going around. I've been nursing lots of people around here.
Lots of people we're going to meet, but my feeling is we need to hydrate. We need to take supplements, and really.
It's interesting, all the time when the pandemic was going on, I didn't come across anybody ill at all, but since they've been rolling out these
for stomachs, that means it's someone trying to wish me a happy birthday, but
yeah,
just
since they've been rolling out the injections, there's so many people getting ill.
Oh, Juliet, you're fractalizing, or is it my connection?
I don't know, it's your connection. I'm fractalizing. I've never fractalized in my life, so that's wonderful to know that I can do it now.
Okay. So Marion McDonald. Oh, hello, Marion. Belated. Hello. Yes. So Juliet, you take vitamin D. Yes, that's not enough, Abigail. That's not enough.
I've just realized I didn't check Facebook. Is anybody seeing us on Facebook?
I don't know. Jack, are you on Facebook or are you on YouTube, dearest?
Oh, no, now it's working.
Okay.
But it wasn't just, maybe it
Abigail
wasn't.
just returned. John, she's a full-time carer. This gets me out for 2 hours. I bite my tongue and let it go. Okay. So from, I think a healer or someone I listened to recently, showers is great. And drinking pure water is great. Asking support from your higher self and the angels, archangels, divine, from other dimensions where we are multi-dimensional beings. Ask support from your multi-dimensional beings. Oh gosh, c'est difficile à la fin de la journée. It's difficult for me to speak English at the end of the day. Ask
you could talk in French, Brigitte.
Demande le soutien, ask support, Abigail. And then it is their choice. So that's teaching us to put boundaries. It's their choice. Okay? It is their choice. Conscious or unconscious. So my feeling is, we were talking about what is it we need to shed. Well, maybe what is it I need to set into place? How about better boundaries? So when we hug someone, we hug them with an open heart. No exclusion. We open the heart, but then we stand back. And we make sure we have a shower, change our clothes, have a wash.
But what is it that each individual here needs to let go of? I mean, we're all being asked to step up and heal at a higher level, aren't we? So what's your sense for people here? What's your sense what's the sense of the shift that you need to make at this time? Where have you been feeling blocked or holding yourself back or feeling overwhelmed by what's going on? Where have you not been able to cope? Where has your heart been in pain?
And I will add one thing here. Where is it that we have handed our power over to whatever system? So how to reclaim that? That's a big one, because often unconsciously we tend to hand our power over, even when we go into a shop. It's so easy to do, We step in a shop and it says wear a mask are compulsory. And I shrugged my shoulders and said, not for me. But for each one of us, those are some of the questions we need to ponder. Where is it that I'm handing my power over? Or at home, in my relationship, what is it that I need to change? Am I relating with expectations? Or am I relating and receiving what that person can share with me? Okay, that person has got a huge amount of trauma. Maybe what he's giving or what she's offering is the best. I'm really missing to do that lovely man who's got a great sense of humor, whatever, Brain, who was in his bath, you remember? Oh, Grain, here you are. I am ahead of you.
You're missing him and then he turns up.
Well, that is synchronicity.
We've had loads of...
hello, Graham. Listening with
so
David.
funny.
I'm being on my best behavior as we are hanging curtaining in the living room. Oh, what color are they? Or is that another joke?
And how is the tractor fund? Well, it's going slowly. If people could share it, that would be wonderful, because we've only got 20 days to reach our target. And so that's for the Healing Gardens, a tractor for the Healing Gardens. And we've had lots of comments here in the last few minutes. Selena said, happy solar returns, Mabi.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I want all of you to know I'm really stepping in this year. 100% service.
Yeah.
100% or 1,100%.
And Abigail says she met an elderly aunt that she'd not seen for 2 years and gave her a wonderful hug. She was so happy. So that's beautiful. Well done, Abigail.
But you see, now, Abby, did you get a headache? And did you feel your stomach hurt when you did that? Because you may have a little thread of wisdom in that. If when you met your aunt and you gave her a hug and she was happy, that didn't happen, and you get that when you are with a group, then check that you're not picking up some of the group sphere, some of the group stuff. Yeah.
So
and that's
Jack,
back to boundaries.
Okay. So Jack needs to know what I'm not letting go of. So I'm needing to retire, actually, Jack. I'm kind of promised myself I would retire at this age. So
did you?
Yeah.
There you are, Abby. You've got your answer, darling.
So
no,
I'm
wonderful.
I'm just a couple of months away from retirement. So and you won't see me anymore. I should be vanishing, I think. So Brigitte is promising to step up and be of service more, and we've actually
I will until my last breath. That's my dedication. I have a feeling I will be walking this planet Earth and many others.
Yes,
till the end of time.
For thousands of years.
Yes, thousands of years. You will see me.
So Brigitte and I hatched a plan together this morning that we're off to Romania.
Yes, definitely. And hello, Therese. Lovely to see you. We're having
Hi,
a bit
Juliet.
of a bit of a joke about we're going to travel to Romania. I'm getting my car serviced next week, and as soon as we can, as soon as spring comes along, we're going to drive. And I've always wanted to see the picking of the roses, the damask roses, where they do the most beautiful.
That's in Bulgaria, Brigitte.
Yes, but we will go through Bulgaria because you've got a house there. And then
Yeah.
we will go to Bucharest in
That's right.
Romania.
We should go and stay in my house in Bulgaria, and then we will drive on.
And Abigail says, no, Juliet, having both you beautiful souls here keeps me saying, yes, it really matters to stay very grounded and sane every day, you know. And the way to make other people sane is just to stand and everything is good. I mean, look what I did tonight. I went and bought the most expensive lamp because Juliet mentioned I didn't have enough light on my face. And would you believe it? It's like a mega beam of sunlight. Oh,
it looks like that sort of light that's going to feed through to the truth, Brigitte.
Well, definitely, because now we've moved into Sagittarius. We've left blooming Scorpio, and I'm no longer going to clean what's been hidden underneath. Well, I will keep cleaning until the end of my days. But what I mean is we're moving in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is about justice. So there comes a sort of justice, and I didn't know when I bought it. But in fact, it's my sun sign.
So you're about justice, Brigitte. You're the
definitely an expansion, and the child of love, because my son is in the 5th house, which is about offering support to the children of the earth, which I've done all my life. Yes, so Graham, beautiful Graham, I went into a post office with Debbie, and I was asked if I had a mask. I told the person behind the counter, the court had ordered I never wear a mask, carry a gun, or enter post offices or banks again. The assistant did ask again. I love that. I really love that. Can you put that in the chat? Because I'm really getting people to wake up. Because
it's important to keep a sense of humor, isn't it?
I love it, you know.
And lovely Sharon.
Been doing this for thousands of years already. Yes, Sharon, we have. But we've done it for thousands of years to refine it. So this time, Lemuria will not sink, nor will Atlantis. This time round, we are doing it. It's the same people, but we're doing it this time. Yeah. That is down to each one of us. So how about, well, I'm not going to say let's put a rocket and no, I won't say that. Let's have a firework of all those beautiful beings that we are here together. Let's make the most beautiful firework, because that's
Abigail says she has a beautiful amethyst
crystal. I need to wear it to knitting to stop picking up vibe. I'm not sure that is the amethyst. I would say well, the amethyst is good. Let's start with that. Yes, I would say just wear your sword of light in your heart. Just put your sword of light in front of you, Abigail. Just put your sword of light right through you. Just visualize it. Just as you step in, visualize it. You know, in the morning when we have a shower, you have a shower, that's the physical body, okay? Then you just surround yourself with your shield, okay? So you go underneath, above, and around. And then you do the red, the orange, the golden, you do all the colors of the rainbow. And you finish with a beautiful, like an egg shape. And within, you just invoke the sword of light to protect you. That's it. Yeah. Protection from negative energies and fear. Well, yes, that's Sharon. But my feeling is from the time we start invoking that there are negative energies of fear, then we send a hook into them. They can pick it up.
Yeah.
I'm talking about other dimensions. I will
I've
not
never done
leave.
anything to protect myself. I just try
Okay.
to be in
But
an
the
open heart.
alignment of that sort of light, Juliet, you're just saying it, is the power of the heart.
Yeah.
And the grounding. So you're just aligned in your beautiful, So it's the same as a shower. So my feeling is, if you see outside that there is danger, like, oh, there is a virus, oh, I'm going to catch leprosy. Saint Francis of Assisi was a saint. And he was in the heart of compassion for all human beings. He could hold lepers. So he didn't see that they were sick. He just saw them as beautiful beings of light. What an example. Yeah. So it's not to undermine you, Sharon, because protection and boundaries have their place. We need to have boundaries, but not exclusion. So how to make the difference between how to have good boundaries without excluding. So that goes back to your question, John. How are we with people who have been vaxxed? So maybe, as I know you and I, we have family members who have gone that way. I have made a choice now, which is just open my arms and my heart.
I think we have to bear in mind as well that the people that have been injected in this way are victims of
Totally.
incredibly abusive power that's been seeking to do harm. So do we then kind of push them away? And they're going to need our help, whether they ever realize or not realize. People are really seriously going to need our help in these coming months. That we really need to empower ourselves by taking good care of our health and our mental well-being, so that we have the capacity to hold and to support and to, alongside holding ourselves, we're going to be holding lots of others to really create some strong ground under our feet and some strong holding and in the communities that we're building as well.
I love what you shared, Debbie. Juliet and Mabi, Gray and I have never felt down during any of this. In fact, we both feel these are exciting times. I agree. I'm absolutely 100% excited. Sad as well, but excited. And Gray certainly makes people laugh when we go into shops. Lol. I love that. That's much needed. I do the same. When I come in, suddenly they said, oh, we haven't seen you for a while. And then we start chatting. So Abigail, yes, try that, but try the sword of your heart. Just you're light. It's what I talk about, the sword. It's not a physical sword, even if some of the divinities hold the sword of Manjushris. This is the light sword of when we are absolutely aligned and focused. We just stand in our truth. And I feel there is more need of that right now. And the more of us can hold that, the more people will start collapsing the fake matrix. Sorry, Juliet.
Yeah, just also saying in our compassion, standing in our heart, in our compassion, and opening up this relational field the whole time, relating to people and not shutting down and pushing them away or ignoring them, or to find some kind of common ground to connect, to support a connection, to support.
Beautiful, Sharon. You agree, we stand sovereign in our field. Yes, definitely. And when you do that, Sharon, and you know it, I know you know it, and you're living it, I feel it. When you share that, it sends an information, and the other person will start remembering their own sovereignty. Even if they don't know it just now, you've sown a seed. So the more of us here, you, Debbie, and your lovely Gray, Abigail,
Graham.
Sharon, Julie. Oh, the
Marianne.
light is perfect, she's saying. Marion and Jack, and I don't think Paul came tonight. So, yes, what a tribe. And the ripples go very far because we are only one tribe. Multiply our tribe with millions of others worldwide. And I love that thought. When I light my candle, it's for everyone to find love and healing and sending it out. Yes.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful, Abigail. So I have got a message for you, Jack. I've nearly finished your scarf. See, I'm finishing it on my birthday. And my gosh, it's just grown. It's growing every day. But and I will have it sent by my grandson, so I don't have to pay customs. Okay, so you should have it before Christmas. That's my gift to you.
I think Jack's a very...
Whoever wants a scarf, I've started a second one. So whoever wants a scarf and doesn't have the capacity to knit, I will offer it to them if they need it and they haven't got the money to buy one. So that's my gift on my birthday to someone new. Oh, that can be you, Juliet.
Me? Oh, bless you. No, I have scarves.
Oh, it can be a big one.
Thank you, Brigitte.
You're welcome.
You're a very beautiful knitter and beautiful things. I've had so many beautiful gifts from you over the years.
Yes.
Are we going to see the scarf?
Well, it's more like a Doctor Who scarf.
It's huge.
It's a Doctor Who scarf. So, Jack, that's going to be a challenge for you to be walking your medicine.
It's lovely. It's going to be so warm. You can wrap it round and round and round.
So Greg can't knit. Well, let me know. But it might be with a feminine scarf with all the colors of the rainbows. Abigail, I'm busy trying to finish a jumper and socks for hubby for Yule. Oh, maybe you're inspiring the way forward to be in more service. Oh, thank you, Elias. Well, in fact, he can't do anything except tell jokes. That's huge, Debbie. We need people like your hubby. We need people like him, yeah, who tell jokes.
Yeah.
More jokes, because my gracious, that was lovely, you know. Elias, I'll pick you on that. I will resonate with that. Years ago, I started knitting because I was going to start my business in designing and creating unique pieces. As Juliet knows, I've got many gifts. And something happened just at that moment. I'm talking about 16 and a half years ago, nearly 17 years ago, when my granddaughter was born. My daughter came back pregnant, and it didn't work out with the man she was with. So anyway, I changed my life completely from moving into designing and creating that business. But what happened is I had bought a huge amount of wool and silks and sewing machines and the most amazing materials, natural fibers. So I'm so rich. And now I want those riches to be shared. So if I can make things and offer them, why not? And if I can teach people when everything collapses how to sew something because they have nothing left, then that will be beautiful. And if not, that's okay. I'll keep knitting and making fun. So there we are. So fascinating how life, the law of the universe, suddenly puts a little spanner in the spoke and say, Thank you, but that is not the direction, because we have a higher plan. And when that happens, can we surrender to that higher plan? Or do we go with anger? Because everybody said, but what are you going to do with all that, Brigitte? And I said, Sagittarius is about faith. I have faith. The universe knows what it's doing. And it really does know what it's doing. Because look, if I hadn't got that wool, I wouldn't be able to knit for Jack or someone else. So Debbie, you know I'm only joking when I say Greg can't do anything. He can make a mess.
That's good. Messes
That,
are
he can, when he was in that shop at the post office, he was able just to completely take the wind out of her sails. I love that. So she didn't know what to do. It took the wind out of the sails. So the boat just, what do we do? Because she had her, she was obedient. Where is your mask? Do you have a mask? He said,
I think that's an important strategy in conflict resolution, is to introduce something into the conflict that is completely from left field, so it takes the rug from under the feet.
Oh yes, I call it.
I had this experience. I was in Comiso in Sicily back in the, when was it? The late 1970s, I think it was, and we were was it then? Yeah, I think so. And we were campaigning against the cruise missile base there. So I was part in the UK. I was part of the Greenham Common, the peace camps movement. I was at a peace camp in Cambridgeshire called Molesworth. But then we went out to, I went out with a friend to Comiso in Italy, and we were campaigning there about the cruise missiles being placed there. And we were doing this demonstration. It was just at dusk, and there was this huge amount of people there. And then the police, they started charging us with batons, and they were smashing it at each other from all sides. And I was there with my little son. And I was like really shocked in that moment. And then as the police lunged towards me, I suddenly spontaneously went, "Oh, excuse me, my son has lost his shoe. Can you help me find his shoe?" And it just like completely turned the situation around, because the policeman dropped the baton, and then he got the other policeman to start looking for my son's shoe.
Wonderful. I love that. What a strategy.
And it was completely spontaneous, but it was just like in that moment that I just managed to...
the wisdom. That's exactly what we need to do. And I love that. Great. That was great at the post office. So how can we find, we've gone over time, my dearest ones. Oh, thank you so much. Ray and I always enjoy and look forward to hearing you both. And P.S. Gray is extremely creative and intelligent. Of course, we knew that, Debbie. In order for him to come out with that kind of comment, he has got his wits about him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's more than his wits.
So we celebrate.
Yeah. So Jack, I'm sorry. If you don't like this, you need to tell me now. If you don't like what I've knitted for you, I can offer it to someone else because of the colors, but that's my gift. So you need to tell me, come on, come out of the bush, come out of the forest of our little tribe. Yeah. Thank you, Julie, for your lovely hands and hearts. And what a great story, Juliet, about the policeman and your son's shoes. Yes, I love it. But that is tremendous skills, Juliet, because that is survival skills.
Mm-hmm.
So could you teach us a little bit more on that? Yeah. So we had Gray. Can we go back to what Gray did? Let me just go back to what Gray did.
Okay, hang on a minute.
Just a minute. I told the person behind the counter, the court had ordered I never wear a mask, so that's a great one. The court had ordered I never carry a gun. or enter post offices or banks ever again. I love that. The assistants didn't ask again. Sorry, I love it.
Creative, isn't it? It's being creative in the moment, not giving your power away, being in that creative.
Oh, and John says, I'll have it if Jack doesn't want it. Well, you may have one, John, because I've got another 5 bowls of wood. And I was meant to do a jacket for somebody who had ordered a jacket. So I started knitting it, and now I've got to undo it because they never followed it up. They never gave me the money. So it's okay. I have no attachment. People are people, you know. When you're on a soul level and you say something, you follow it up. When you're on ego and personality or seduction, you don't follow it up. But I know that, and that's okay.
He loves it.
Jack is saying, I will treasure it. Well, you better do, because it definitely is a Doctor Who scarf, Jack. Look at that. Eh? So I'm finishing it, and you will have different stitches at the end because I'm doing a twisted rib. So
Graham says raffle the scarf and put the proceeds towards the tractor. Well, that would be wonderful.
That is wonderful. Well, not this one, the next one. Okay. So I'm starting another one. Okay. I'm starting another one. I'm gifting the wool. I'm gifting my hand and my work. All right. And you have to know, I do this when I meditate. I do this when I'm on this. And let's do that. Let's raffle it. If we meet all force and coercion with such love and spontaneity, all will be well. Love to you all. Yes, this is where we're moving, Sharon. That's solidarity and absolutely shifting. Julie, hope to see you soon, Mabi. And you too, Juliet. Yes, hope to see you soon, Julie.
See you soon.
Loads of love. So raffle the scarf. Wonderful. So we have a raffle. So can Juliet, you deal with that? We're raffling a scarf.
Oh yes, we can deal with that.
Just hold on. 1 meter, 2 meters. We're raffling a scarf, which is about 2.50 meters, 100% wool.
You can't raffle Jack's scarf,
no,
you?
But look. Okay.
The other one.
I've started another one. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought there would be something needed. So I'm starting a second one. Again, it's rib. It's twisted rib. And it's knitted with love.
So lots of love to everybody. Stand in your power, stand in your truth, stand in total alignment with the amazing beings that you are. Always keep your sense of humor.
Oh, Debbie says I will buy all the tickets, Lola. Oh, make sure Doctor Who isn't wearing it when you raffle the scarf. He might get annoyed. Well, I remember Doctor Who when my children were young, and my children used to be behind the sofa because they used to be terrified with the Daleks. But in fact, Doctor Who has been expressing for so long everything that's been going at every level.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Absolutely.
So I trust you, Debbie. Okay. I trust you to buy the tickets. So Juliet, how do we do that? £5 a ticket? Very cheap for it.
We'll talk about it.
Okay, between us, but I need to share it with everyone.
Yeah, so, but we'll talk about it off the call.
That's a great idea. Yes, it is a great idea. Don't forget the Cybermen. Okay, my darlings, got to go. I'm late.
Oh, yes. Lots of love, everyone.
It's the love that makes that scarf so special. Oh, not only the love, the colors of the rainbow too. But that's the love is too. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of
Blessings.
love, everyone. Oh, I never know where the screen is. Lots of love.
Loads of love, Juliet.